What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Let's talk about Gary Russell. We did an interview with Marcos Villegas, and he continued to blast Tank. He said Tank was losing to Fortuna. Tank was losing to Barrios before he stopped both of them. And he continues to call out Gervonta Tank Davis. So, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Best way to donate. Appreciate you guys being here. It's another great way to donate. You watching in. At the end of the day, you know, at some point, Tank and Floyd got to have some pride. You know, Tank, you know, Floyd Mayweather in his top of his game. People said not this peak physicality, just when he was on making all that money. People said he was a duck. People said he ducked the best kind. He ducked a lot of people. I remember somebody came in here saying he fought everybody. He dominated. You can't dominate without fighting the majority of people. He didn't fight everybody, but that's another conversation for another day. But he treated his protege, Gervonta Tank Davis, the same way. My thing is Tank fight at 35, maybe 40 on a good day, 130, right? And my thing is, you ain't gonna be no superstar fighting down there. You ain't gonna be no cash cow. You're not gonna do 1 million pay-per-views fighting down there. You know, if you ain't in that welterweight and some divisions above, you're not gonna be no fucking superstar or cash cow or pay-per-view cash cow. That's just not the way it's gonna be. You gotta at least be a welterweight to really, you know, cash in. You know, I guess it's always exceptions to the rules, but at least you gotta be a welterweight to get in there and get that money in. My thing is, they should let him fight Gary Russell. The majority of people think he'll beat Gary Russell. And Gary Russell said Floyd called him and told him to stop picking on Gary Russell. I'm like, what type of boxing legend are you? You tell another man to stop picking him. It ain't like it wouldn't sell. It definitely would sell. It definitely sell out down there in DMV, or they moved it up to Philly or New York City. That fighter sell out for quick. But you protecting the interest of Tank, which is no guarantee Tank gonna be a star. No matter how many little babies, young thugs you put him with. If Gervonta Tank Davis, he get in so much trouble, he guarantee he might not finish his career. You know, so why not make the big fights now? You know, why not make Gary Russell? Why not make Burchell fight when he was champion, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez? You know, why not to make? Because Floyd don't believe in him. Floyd don't believe in Tank abilities. He don't think Tank a great fighter. If you believe Tank can kill everything, Tank can be killing everything. That's the best way to put a guy in a position to be a star, is to put him in the tough fights. And Floyd don't believe in Tank. Tank probably don't believe in Tank. Remember he said Floyd put him in there with Jose Petralli? He said Floyd was setting him up. Come on. Tank don't believe in Tank. If he did, he wouldn't let Gary Russell trick him off these streets. But like I said, they're able to get away with all this ducking and dodging and boxing because it's a dick pulling contest. It's the who got the most Twitter followers, who more popular. It's no longer a barbaric sport. It's not about who nuts the largest. It's not about, you know, who the baddest. You know, it's no longer about those things. You know, what it's about now is who got the most followers, who got the best mouthpiece. That's what it's about. But he said Floyd called him. He told him to stop picking on Tank. And I'm like, what type of person? The greatest of all time don't do stuff like that. He ain't nowhere near the greatest. He might be in my top 30, 40 fighters. And people listen, like, man, you hating, you know. I mean, but then again, you don't even know who Archie Moore is. Carlos Mozon, Marvis Hagler. Come on. Pernell Whitaker. You don't.
But why not make these fights now? You know, Tank going the distance with bartenders. They said years ago that him and the bartender went blow for blow on the street. You can't even knock out a bartender, dude. That's crazy. This boy going blow for blow with bartenders. To me, that's outstanding. But that's outstanding. But that's just a time. That's a time that we living in. You know, when you got Hall of Fame to be fighters telling the great fighters not to fight the best. You know, there's no great hierarchy in boxing no more. You know, even the old timers enable these guys to duck. Nobody gonna speak up about the ducking and the best not about the best. You might see a couple of people say, yeah, that's true, they ain't fighting the best no more. Blase. But these dudes been fighting the best. Especially when a division that he's talking about, he the cash cow, Tank making $1 million, $2 million, maybe $3 million per fight. That ain't cash cow status. And Gary Russell keep calling your bluff. Gary Russell keeps saying you a bitch. Gary Russell said, let's fight. He said you ain't shit. You know, y'all live in the same areas of Baltimore, DMV robbery. Now all of a sudden you don't want to fight. You got words for everybody else. Talk about Wilder, talk about Earl, talk about Keith. You know, I mean, I guess that's the game, man. But like I said before, Gary Russell said he beat his ass. He said he want that fight. He said, you know who I want. You know, and Tank about to fight Rolly. But Tank want to fight every other 126 pounder, but the ones that matter. He fight Leo. You know, but he don't want to fight Tank. Come on, he didn't want to fight Tevin Farmer. We should have knew. You should have been looking at him funny when Floyd said he finally was ready for Tevin Farmer after he won that fight in Baltimore. Told him we're gonna show y'all, him and Leonard told him we're gonna show y'all how to build a star. Come on, you just threw a nigga on pay-per-view and lied about his numbers. You hear me? You just threw somebody on pay-per-view and lied about their numbers. Oh, he's a star? You threw somebody on pay-per-view and said he a star. But that's the way boxing is. That's boxing for you. But I think Tank can beat him, but the way Tank acting, you think Gary Russell run up on him? You know, Shakir didn't want to fight. Gary said he tried to fight Shakir, but then again, number one thing people gonna point to about Gary Russell is you don't fight nobody. That's the number one thing. Oh, you don't. I mean, not you don't fight nobody. You don't fight enough. Last time he fought was last February, and he ain't got no fight schedule. He fought once in 19, once in 18, once in 17, once in 16. Last time he fought multiple times in the year was he fought 3 times in 2014. He fought before the Lomachenko loss and after the Lomachenko loss. He said, guys don't want to fight him. He can't get the big fights then. Hit doubles and singles then until you get those fights. But he knows that's going to just work. He going to be like Pacquiao. One day he going to wake up, his skill level going to be, his athletic ability going to be done because of lack of activity. But they do stay in the gym. Can't give him that. But like I said before, Tank ain't going to step up. Floyd ain't going to allow him to step up. They're going to nickel and dime his whole career. He ain't going to be shit. He ain't going to be no real Hall of Famer. He ain't going to have no classical fights. His last 2 fights, he was losing on the scorecard. That's absolutely right, but it is what it is. You know, he's running from a 126-pound fighter that's been inactive. But you want to fight Rolly, and Rolly is a solid fight, but I ain't paying $1 for that fight. I'll be real. But what hurts the most is Tank could beat these guys, but they don't believe it. They don't believe in him. But hey, Let me know what you guys think. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the financial donations. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out if you want to advertise your channel, video request, chop it up. Twitter's the fastest way to Facebook and Instagram, the Facebook group. Best way to donate is Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo. Best way to donate, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time, Good Fella Sports TV. Peace.